What's going on, guys? Purpose of this video is to show the differences between a 3-valve rod, a SVT Manly rod, Gen 1 rod, Coyote, and Gen 2 Coyote rod. I've got a test rig here. It's not real super scientific, but it is very repetitive, and this rig is not intended to be extremely accurate for balancing purposes. It is just strictly for the information on the differences between these four connecting rods. Now, one thing to notice is that on the 3-valve, the big end weight is significantly more than all the rest of them. The 3-valve has a lot of weight down here at the base of it, as opposed to the Gen 2 and Gen 1 Coyote rods that have the weight distributed more in this area. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was the difference between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2, or the boss rod. If you look really closely, this is the Gen 1 rod. You can see that the webbing is okay, you know, it's a big difference from the 3-valve. You can see that this area here is very, very, very narrow. This area is a little bit wider, but the biggest difference between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 rod is the actual beam size of the rod. You can see that the side-by-side comparison, the Gen 1 is much thinner in the beam area. And what does that mean? Well, the Gen 2 rod is also heavier by about 30 grams, roughly. One of the biggest differences that I noticed was that the Gen 1 rod is significantly lighter overall than any of the rest of them. So this test setup that I have is not, like I said, is not very scientific. It is a Harbor Freight motorcycle balancer with the setup like that. And if you had all this on some concrete or something solid, it would actually probably make a pretty decent balancer, but this is strictly for differentiation purposes, and that's all. So I just want to show you guys that. I was doing this, you know, for my own information, and I wanted to show you guys mainly the differences between all of the rods and the weights. So take it as you will. Thanks.